Hello everyone, welcome to my Surviving Angel Insight channel. So this is domestic violence month, and I wanted to just speak on it a little bit. I don't know a lot of you if y'all know about in my earlier video, I think it was in probably last October, I think I might have talked I can't remember, but I think I did. So let me just do a little backstory really quick about how domestic violence affected me. My uncle Michael Youngblood was a good person who made mistakes. He was an amazing person, and he's been through a lot in his life, and I'm going to talk a lot about that in my book. One of my phrases that I did talk about, so when my book come out, you will see about a lot of my family and stuff. But he was dating a woman, off and on and off for years. Her name was Tina. And my grandmother actually liked her. My grandmother, Iola Youngblood, she actually liked her. My mom, Felicia Bonin, honestly didn't like her. But she put up with it, you know. What can you do? Tina ended up getting married, or my uncle. Was he heard about it? He was. But it was fun. You know, my uncle had his woman too. They got back together, you know, a year later. And stuff happened. They got into it. Sometimes they get into it. And she ended up getting him jumped. And this was like maybe, I want to say 3 weeks before she actually got him killed. Maybe could have been a little bit longer than that. And then my mom even told him then, look, leave her alone. Don't deal with her. She's dangerous. You know what I mean? What people don't know is that it was actually a year before this jump incident that it was like we was all at my dad's house for Thanksgiving. And it was something about we end up it was a conversation, you know, about my uncle, you know, possibly leaving for another woman or something like that, because it was years ago. And she had made a statement. She was like, oh, he know better because I will kill him. And my mom said it was just something about the way she said it that she believed her. So my mom told my grandmother, like, look, Tina's going to kill Michael. But my grandmother's like, no, she loved Michael. She know it's not going to happen. So now fast forward to a year later, and then after he gets jumped and whatever. So my uncle was the type of person, he was very forgiving. It's a trait that we have in my family. It's a good and a bad trait, to be honest with you. We always trust so easily, and sometimes that's not as good sometimes. And so he got back with her. So let's talk about how he had told her the night before, he had a conversation with her that he wanted to go back to his daughter mom. And I guess, again, he figured, I guess in his mind, it was okay to tell her the truth. You know, my grandmother did tell us to be honest to people. Sometimes I wish he never was honest with her. I wish he just would have just disappeared, you know, because he probably would have been alive today. But sometimes can't be honest with certain people, and it's sad because we also be honest with people. So the next morning, which is October 8th, 2004, they all in a park and playing cards and dominoes and all of this stuff. So she asked him again. She said, you know, look, now keep in mind my niece and my nephew is also in a park. They're playing. And she asked him again, you know, are you sure you want to go back to your daughter's mom? And again, my uncle said yes. She took out the knife and sliced his neck in broad daylight, you guys. My grandmother was actually in Atlantic City when this happened. And my uncle was more concerned about my niece, my cousin, which is his niece and nephew, you know, he was more concerned about their safety. So he's actually holding his neck while his neck is like bleeding out, trying to get them back from, telling everybody to make sure they don't see this and whatever. And he ended up bleeding to death on his way to the hospital. And she ended up getting 15 years, and it's sad because this is the way the system is set up. It's really not for us black people. It's really not, and that's the honest truth. But because my uncle, I said in the beginning of the video, made some mistakes in his life, they felt that because she could probably lie as well and probably say that he probably beat her or something like that, they were saying that we should take the plea. So we ended up taking the plea for 15 years. So she's actually out of jail. She served 15 years. She's out of jail right now. And I think once you take a life, you don't have a right to have a life. I'm just being honest. Because God is the only one that can give life. So we should not be out here taking life because we don't get what we want. It does not work that way. And so that's how domestic violence affects me. And I wanted to share this story because, and excuse me, I just have to, I'm hurting so bad, but domestic violence is not, it's crazy because we always hear about women getting abused. It's not a lot of time you hear about men getting abused because a lot of men don't want to share that they're getting abused. And some of it is embarrassment as well. And then a lot of times they know they won't believe or they might get laughed at because a lot of people think because you men, really, how a woman gonna beat you? Are you kidding me? But women are just as vicious as men. Sometimes, and it's hate to say that because I'm a woman, sometimes we could be more vicious than men, when we want to be. And so men do definitely get abused. And it's just sad because if we look at the history, domestic violence is just happening so more frequently. So it's just, over the years, I don't know what happened, but with domestic violence, it's just so more frequent. You hear stories of men burning up women and shooting them and stabbing them and throwing acid on their face. You hear women, setting men up and getting them killed or doing it themselves by, burning them or killing them or stabbing, by stabbing them and shooting them. And it's just so sad. Like, who told you you have the right to put your hands on somebody? I don't care if you're a man or if you're a woman. You do not have the right to put your hands on anybody if it's not defending yourself. What you do affects people. My grandmother was never the same when her son was taken away from her. You do not just take a life. You impact the whole family when you do this. So, no, a person has the right to leave you and not want you anymore. That do not give you the right to kill them or try to destroy what they look like or to put your hands on them. Who told you you have the right to beat us or speak down to us? The problem is, right, excuse me for being passionate about it, but this is October. Not only is it October domestic violence rate, but like I said, my uncle was killed on the 8th, and then his birthday is on the 31st. So excuse me for being very passionate about this, because it's not just about my uncle. The fact that I'm seeing so many other people being destroyed by this is very upsetting, and sometimes they get away with it, and it's so sad. And it's not even just that. It's the fact that now they getting to the point where they actually taking the kids too. You killing kids too because she don't want you no more, because she had the strength to leave you. Now you're going to not just kill her, you're going to kill the kids, or not just kill because he don't want you no more. Now you kill him and kill the kids now, or something. We got to the point now when you seeing that women, when if they feel that the man don't want them, they would now just go ahead and just kill the kids now to make the man suffer. This is why domestic violence, we don't need just a month. We need so much more than just a month. Because this, unfortunately, is happening every month. So sometimes it's happening every other day. You see somebody is getting killed, and it's not right. And we live in a world now when, personally, you got people that says, well, he didn't beat her, or she didn't beat him. Let me explain something to you. Abuse is not just physical; it's also mentally and emotionally and verbally. That's abuse as well. So Excuse me, you guys, but it's really hurting so bad to be sitting up like this. It really hurts. So excuse me for leaning back. I apologize. But and holding the phone. So sorry. Oh, see, losing my balance. But it's very unfortunate. You know what I mean? That this is what's going on. We do not have the right, okay, to treat people this way. You do not have the right to demean or make somebody feel less than because somebody in your mind told you that you was more better. I don't understand that. So I don't want this video to be too long. So, and I see it's already at 10 minutes and 40 seconds. So let me end it off saying like this. This message goes out to every woman and every man that's right now getting abused. Whether it's mentally, whether it's emotionally, whether it's verbally, whether it's physically. Please leave. Get out. Get out. Get out. Tell somebody. Tell your parent. Tell your friend. Tell the cops. There's so many movements. We have so many shelters now, and it's crazy because we need a lot more, but there's so many things and here's the thing, and I want to this has to be another video because I don't want this video to be way too long, but this is why it's so important for us as women and men to have our own. It's nothing wrong with doing it God's way and a man providing, but you have to as women, please be independent. Please have your own. Because what a lot of people don't know is a lot of times the reason why women leave because they have nothing, they have nowhere to go. They don't have the money because their man is providing and they just didn't get an education. And it's that there's only some women because there are a lot of women that are very intelligent and actually have careers and they still being abused and they still scared to leave. But I want you to speak up. Please speak up. Please speak up. Please speak up. I can't say that enough. To please speak up and please leave. We do not want to bury you. Think about your kids. Think about the impact you having on your kids. You're not just damaging yourself by staying. You're damaging your kids by staying because your kids are watching your man or your woman, hit on you. Think about that. Can you imagine, the kids seeing their dad beat their mama or their mama beat their dad? It does things to the kids. I need for you guys to please leave. Please, women and men, please leave. Get up and leave. Think about your kids. Because think about if the man kills you. And and think about if the woman kills the man, think that or as well impact the child because the child also has to live for the rest of life knowing mommy killed daddy or daddy killed mommy. You do not want to do that to your child. Please leave. You're not weak for being abused. I don't want you to think that. Please leave. Please leave. Don't think because he hit you and you might have stayed an extra month, now you too weak to leave and it's too late to leave. It's never too late to leave. Pack your stuff up and leave. There's nothing wrong with starting over. It's better to start over than be dead or be scarred for the rest of your life. Please leave. Please leave. And I hope that this message goes out to the abusers, whether you are a man or a woman. Stop abusing people and stop killing people. If you are nobody, if you put your hands to somebody and if you take a life because you, for whatever reason, think you're better than somebody or because you think somebody don't have the right to leave you. I don't know who told you that, but stop hurting people and get some help. Get some help. Enough is enough. Because if I'm tired, I keep saying us men and us women and our kids getting killed for no reason. Enough is enough. And that's how the video is going to end. Enough is enough. And my hearts, my love, my prayers go out to anybody right now going through it or went through it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I'm going, instead of saying end of the video the way I always in my videos, I'm going to end it off with saying this. The storm do not last always. It will get better. If you make one step, God will make two.